You know, today was one of those weird days, probably the weirdest yet in the Yes campaign for The Voice, one that also left a big question unanswered. Why is this voice to Parliament supposed to be a generous offer? What do the rest of us get out of it? But let's start with the weird bits. Now, we're supposed to think this racist voice is Aboriginal-only advisory parliament in our constitution. It's a great idea. Why? Because look, there's ultra-marathon runner Pat Farmer today trotting into Sydney in his run around Australia in support for this Labor plan. The Prime Minister, of course, was rapt.
14,000 kilometres around Australia at an average of 80 kilometres a day. An extraordinary effort.
Seriously, what next? Someone juggling 3 eggs for 24 hours to prove that the voice is good? Do I argue back by swimming down the Murray for it? Yeah, seriously. We're talking about a fundamental change to our constitution that divides us by race. And Pat Farmer could hopscotch backwards around China and it still wouldn't tell us why turning Australia into a racially divided country is a good idea. It's a stunt, not an argument. So what fools the Prime Minister must take us for, that he treats a fun run as an argument for such a huge and dangerous constitutional change. Then again, when Albanese did speak today, it got even worse. He repeated a line that I've never understood, but which other voice activists today, Farmer included, they just kept parroting too, that Aboriginal activists had actually offered us a sweet deal.
This is such a gracious offer. It's the way of greeting it. It's a gracious offer. And the Uluru Statement is a hand outstretched. The Indigenous people of Australia have reached out an olive branch.
It's such a gracious offer.
Now, Albanese has been using that line for more than a year now, and it still doesn't get any clearer.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you grasp that generous and gracious offer?
Excuse me, but what is so generous and gracious about this offer for an Aboriginal-only advisory parliament in our constitution so it can never be sacked? Yeah, because an offer usually means an exchange, doesn't it? If you give us this, we'll give you that. Or else, if you give us this, we won't demand that, something more. So what is the deal here exactly? If we do say yes to the voice for Aborigines, what do the rest of us get out of it? What is the quid pro quo? Do we get an exchange? A promise from activists to never ask for more? You know, no, that's it. No treaty, no reparations, no more grants. The line is drawn. It's the exact opposite, isn't it? Activists who invented this voice say that's exactly what they want, the treaty and the whole works. Okay, well, is this deal then that they promise they'll finally stop smearing our country maybe as racist? Stop saying this is stolen land, stop demanding their own flag, all that kind of stuff. And you know, I think a lot of Australians would probably sign up for a deal like that. A deal that says that if non-Aborigines agree to the voice, Aborigines are going to say this whole race game ends, pack up, go home. We'll all be Australians together, no more of this us versus you. That's attractive. But none of the people pushing this voice have said anything like that. Nothing. There is no deal. There's just this demand instead. Give us the voice. Give us more political power for some Australians because of their race. That's it. And there's nothing gracious or generous about that at all. It's a stick-up. And Pat Farmer can keep running until Christmas. It still won't make sense.